Never mind me while I'm stepping out my circumference. I feel the nerves trickling down. It's life humbling. My words stutter, stumbling, staggered, I'm caught off guard. This the life of a jigaboo, introverted, I'm scarred. Whoa, my murder been the melodies while they sing the choruses. Direct message from Slade saying we need more of it. Paranoia in my state, I see envy at high rates. Now it's crop off the fate, turn great so I fly straight. Was gone for a minute, now I'm back like an X with big factors. I see you turn flat like extinct like some raptors. When I drop through prayer, precision, practice and patience, we move to greener pastures. They're saying life is a matter of mastering basics and mastering patience. More time I get tired of waiting. Maybe it's fate procrastinating, the times are bad, so it really had me sprung. Like she got me doing things that I never do. You thought that we connected when in fact it was trauma bonding. Just leave it up to me to break the rules, never corresponding. My childhood filled with fence climbs and knee scrapes and bikes and kicking it by the street signs. The older I get, I'm trying to lessen any screen time. The bounce back heavy, I rock steady on climb. This world's a fucking loop, the news will pick and choose whatever truth they wanna give to you. I cannot stomach it, so I poop. Oops. When life turns sweeter, the lemon mouths get louder. But I'm amplified with ghosts from God like that boy Fowler. Working like I got that point to prove. But truth be told, the proof is right in the pudding, no point to lose. 60 for the crepes, yeah, I did that just because. She expecting more, girl, you know I'm saving up. Left me on red, well, it was what it was. Never stress over them joints or in downs when times get rough, so I ghost. Long are the days when we was close, and when I see you, it's like two completely different type of goats. I approach the weekly fire dropping, which I'm feeding. Still, I don't expect to be the one, your boy having fun. Still, the songs get spun like Beyblades and teacups. My fun fair to those that ever really know me from jump. So what's up, I've been the one they all depended on like TJ. Now they're dead wilder than a furry knockout punch, leaving them straight stunned. It's hella fun. Now you know I'm coming through. When the growth look good on you, best believe they wanna screw now. I've been trying to climb, devil threw me in the dark. Baby, don't be insecure, you can still go make a mark like blow. Could never let them drain my soul now. Blow. Tables turning like doorknobs, wow. Blow. I think I'm about to set sail. I'm a walking, living legend, walking with my chest out. Life keep dealing me cards, I keep feeling it.
Good morning to everybody. Yo, it's a good day, you know. It's a good day. The sun is shining. It's hot outside. I know some of you might be working and stuff like that. You might be in the gym potentially. Big up, word to Savage. Word to Savage. If you are, hope you're blessed, my bro. Big up everybody in the chat as well, man. Big up everybody in the chat. And like I said, I hope everyone's doing well this morning. I don't know why I feel good. I feel, you know what I mean? I feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like today's a good day. I don't know if I should play the lottery with that kind of feeling, but hey, you never know. Maybe I'll go and get my scratch cards and sort it out from there. Of course, you guys can see, you know what the show's about today. We've been talking about this over the last couple of days. Targets. Now, we've obviously spoken about the defense. We've spoken about the midfield. Now we're going to move on to an area that I think a lot of us are hoping for an upgrade or two in these positions, right? Whether that be at left wing, right wing, up front, I don't know. You guys obviously in the chat, you guys can let me and Ends know. But before I get into everyone in the chat, and like I said, make sure you smash a like, make sure you share, make sure you're bloody well subscribe. Ends, how are you doing this morning, my bro?
Good man, good. It sounded when you said the sun is shining, obviously that's a Bob Marley song as well, isn't it? You're saying it feels good to play your what do you say, lottery scratch cards. Saying that I need to go and check mine still, see if
I need to
see if I need to just run off the stream real quick.
Bro, I hope you man know if I ever saw a message pop up, bro, you ain't seen me for a minute. I'll come back brand new teeth and everything, bro. You'll see it.
102 million, yeah, missing. Next time you see man is in the studios, bro. That's what
yeah. You see me in the studio and I have palm trees in the back. I can tell you.
Yeah, for no reason, just
no reason. Just because I can have palm trees in the back of my house because I got 102 mil. Yeah, I'm saying, but nah, man, nice to see that you're blessed this morning. Obviously, I was chatting with Ends this morning, just chopping up about a few things moving forward, etc. One of the things, of course, I was talking to Ends about was, guys, I've created a new channel, Keeping It GTV. It's pinned in the chat. I'm going to pin it in every single live video that I do here. It's just a space. Really, it's just a space. This is where we're going to keep it real. This is where the glasses come off. This is where we have a real conversation. Do you know what I mean? This is where we're having a real conversation. Right now, I've got Sky Sports and Talk Sport. They might be watching this. I don't know, but you see over there, keeping it G. This is where we can talk about anything, man. Literally anything. World topics, music, politics, whatever. Like, there's so many different things to delve into. There's so many things even to just react to. Movies, there's so many different things, man. So that's going to be a space for everybody to just chop it up. Like I said, man, my first video, I'll let you guys know, I might aim to try and drop that video potentially this week. No guarantees, but potentially this week. So, of course, keep your notification bells on. At this precise moment in time, there are 12 of you, 15 of you actually in this chat. I need to see an extra 15 new subscribers. Oh, it's gone up to 17. I need 17 new subscribers by the end of this stream. Like I said, it's pinned in the chat. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button. Heck, I don't even care if you don't even want to watch any videos. Just go and subscribe. I can get you over to the other side once you see some of the videos. But for now, all you got to do is just hit the subscribe button, man. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button. And of course, we will go from there. Who knows? Drake versus Kendrick. There's so many different things that we can, we can dabble and dibble into. So make sure you guys, of course, head on over there and subscribe to that channel. So everybody in the chat, who's here? Please, can you change your name? Because I just don't know why I cannot say this full name, but big up Arnie, the Arnie, subscribed it up, big up, my bro. I'm struggling, bro. Honestly, I am really struggling. Honestly, transfer news. Nico Williams wants 300 per week at his next club. Yes, I also saw that as well. I also rate. Hey, he's got me kind of rethinking.
Your worth, I guess.
Yeah, well, this is it. Honestly saying, Liverpool have reportedly resigned themselves to allowing Thiago Alcantara to leave this summer. Injuries are too big a factor. I could have told them that before they even came to that conclusion. Javi Simmons could be available for 60 million. That was another thing that I saw. I also saw this as well. West Ham's 85 million release clause for Mohamed Kudus cannot be activated until 2025, meaning any potential buyers will have to wait until next summer to initiate a transfer. That part is wrong because you can actually sign him this summer. It just means that it won't be for the guaranteed fee of 85 million. So you can sign him right now for 100 mil. They'll sell him probably for 100 mil. It just means if you wanted him for a bit less than that, then of course you're gonna have to wait.
85 mil though, man. I don't think he's worth that.
And this is what I said. I mean, unless next season he puts on like an absolute monster show, then yeah. But I feel like under Moyes, I just don't see that happening, man. Big up Alexander in the building. Arnie saying big up Ends. Big up Strasbourg. Steve in the building. Hope you're good, my bro. Sorry about yesterday, bro. I know Real Madrid. Yeah, it's all sticky. Listen, man, I'm not here. I don't know what was going on with them offside goals and these kind of situations that was going on, linesman putting up his flag, and hey, listen, that's none of my business, man. Big up Hakeem in the damn building. All lucky on Nico with his search. Yeah, well, this is it. This is it. Like, I saw that yesterday, and obviously we'll talk about it. We'll talk about that in the show and that. But I was just like, oh, brother, like, why did you have to come up with this? Like, why 300k? Why couldn't you be someone who was a bit more modest? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And then maybe. Yeah, like, bro, he was crazy. Did you see the Warnock clip on Rafa? Yep, I saw that. He basically called him a prick. Without saying it, he basically called him a prick. And I was like, nah, you're just being salty because you didn't get picked for the Champions League final. Big up Hollywood Rock. Liverpool are linked with Coop Miner, but Coop Miner prefers to stay in Italy. Not surprised. Big up Revenite and big up Ravi. Ends, chat to me. Today's the forward line.
I know.
You already know. You already know, and we're gonna see who brings up who first. But you already know, of course, like with the way that Liverpool's troubles have been in front of goal this season, in recent weeks, especially. Anyway, a lot of people have been calling for a new striker, a new left winger, a new right winger. It seems like we want to replace the entire front three. How do you see it, in your own opinion, or not even how do you see it, actually? Forget that. What do you want to see moving into the summer?
Do you know what? Before I get started, we got to Cav back. Cav said, G and low key. Cav, leave me alone, bro.
Come on, bro. Big up Cam, bro. Big up
Do you
Cam
know what it
every
is?
time.
I'm gonna put myself out on the limit here. I'm gonna go. I do understand that our forwards need to be a lot more clinical than what they have been, and that goes for all of them, not just a particular one or two. I think they all need to be a bit more clinical in front of goal. There are simple chances that they've missed this season. There's of difficult ones as well. You think they could have probably done better with it. I honestly feel, bro, I feel like it's just our pattern of playing that final third. I think it's the pattern of play. I feel like our chances are kind of like they just come out of nowhere, and then you just expected to kind of take them. Which obviously, when you play at the highest level, you know you get one. Sometimes you have to just take it. So there's no excuse. Not making any for them. They should be scoring more goals. But I also do feel that the pattern going forward, it doesn't feel like they understand what needs to happen in certain areas. I feel like it's off the cuff, and it's whatever happens, and it's okay if you get the chance, just score it. But I'm watching the other teams that we're meant to be competing with in the league, and I can always tell what the pattern of play is and how they're going to go and get the goal. It's a reverse pass back. There's a run through, slot it through, square it across the box, tap in. There is switch it, cross it to the back post, cut back, check, whip it into the far post. And then there's always two or three, in that zone waiting for that ball to get in there. But with us, there's times when I've seen our wingers get wide and they look, no one's in the box. Or there's times when the forward's making a good run, we either hesitate with a pass or don't pass it and turn back. But in terms of the chances that they have been given this season, of course, they should have done better with it. I just look at the team as an overhaul, man. It doesn't feel like, when we attack, what we used to attack back in the day, it just felt like everyone knew, right, Bobby's going to drop into here. He's going to spray it out to Mane or Salah.
There was some
Salah's going to dribble. He's going to cut it back to Bobby. Bobby's probably going to dummy it. And then there's an oncoming midfielder. Or we're going to play it into Mo. Mo waits for the Trent overlap. Trent whips it across the face. There's two or three waiting at the back stick for a tap in. It doesn't feel like we have that at the moment. I feel like we're just off the cuff at the moment, which isn't good because I feel like some of the players are not good at off the cuff stuff yet. They're good footballers. They're just not ready with the off the cuff stuff. So maybe we need to go back to basic, get a pattern in terms of how we attack. And then from there, build the confidence, score some goals, look good. And then we can then do the off the cuff stuff. But this is just an off the limb kind of comment. Don't think everyone will agree with it, but
no. The thing is that I actually kind of can see where you're coming from. So, do you think then? Obviously, next season, new manager, new tactic style, blah blah blah. Can you see a world anyway? Obviously, we don't know, and this show is here. We don't because we don't actually know, right? Can you see a world where he doesn't buy a new attacker, keeps everybody there in terms of just the attack? Like, forget the midfield defense, just the attack, where he can say, you know what, the pieces are actually here already. So whether it be Salah, a Nunez, Diogo Jota, Gakpo, and Luis Diaz, I've kind of already got 5 players already. Now, trying to find replacements, obviously, I know I've got some that I would like for us to sign, but he might look at it. Can you see a world anyway where he might just look at it and think, let me see what I can do with these guys first?
I think it depends on the coach himself. I think if he backs himself and he thinks he can improve what he currently has, then yeah, I think he'll just kind of stick with what he has. And then he'll just probably reassess in sort of January and the summer to see if there's anything else he needs. To be fair though, like if obviously we've seen the forwards this season, how many chances they've kind of missed, and games that probably if we put those chances away would have been, maybe further ahead in the league or maybe joint with Arsenal and Man City at the top. The only issue you have there is if it was any other manager, they'll come in and go, well, I've got Nunez, I've got Salah, I've got Jota, I've got Gakpo, I've got Diaz, I've got players, bro. Most teams in the league don't even have this many forwards, bro. They have one, and then you have some guys just in and around where they can somewhat rely upon. But most of the teams have one, apart from like us and you know, Man City and Arsenal. Well, not even like Arsenal as well. Like the pattern helps Arsenal more than anything else, but they don't really have the like players as like us. We've got players that are better than theirs, but they have a great way of playing, so they look a lot better than us. I think it just depends if he backs himself. If he backs himself and he thinks he can improve them, then he won't. If he feels like I need to kind of stamp my authority and bring in someone that I can rely on, then he will. But I don't know. From a new manager from the outside looking in, you can think, oh yeah, nah, this player and that player ain't good enough. But when you do come to train them, you're like, oh, they're actually good. It's just maybe a way or style they wasn't getting the best out of them. So maybe when he comes, he'll probably do the preseason part, you know, maybe 1 or 2 games, seeing if the tactics he implements can work. And if it doesn't, then maybe he goes, I'm going to need something more, or an extra player to boost, or, you know, like, or to start over a player. I don't know which player that might be, but yeah, I think it depends on him, man, how he thinks.
No, I think it's true, man. And again, guys, listen, we don't know. Like, nobody here can tell me what Liverpool's transfer strategy is going to be like for the summer, because we have no idea. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And this isn't here for, you know, for me to, like, we've all got our own targets, and I guarantee the next kind of videos I do like this, some of this is going to change, because we're going to probably find out that, oh no, Liverpool are only going to look to sign one attacker, and we don't know what area that's going to be. Whether the heck he might just sign a backup left winger. For all, like, I don't even know. Like, it just could be so many different variables, so many different factors. So, one, this is just a little bit of fun, but also I kind of also wanted to do these kind of shows because I just kind of wanted to gauge where the fan base was kind of at when we're talking about players, and also I almost like to get the mindset of people, because I always say this, right? When we talk about Liverpool as a club, and big up to you guys yesterday, because I was watching you guys struggle your way through some of these pro matches that you was playing yesterday, which was very interesting on pro clubs, and I was laughing. But one thing Savage was saying, which I was really sitting there thinking, yeah, you know, he's actually spitting facts, is that obviously you're talking about Klopp, and, you know, if things don't go well, people are going to be like, oh, Klopp, like, you know, this, that, and the third. And of course, we know that's inevitable to happen, right? But also talking about, like, really, it's just more about like the expectations that people have. And Zabiri mentioned something about supporting the club. Forget about the man or what, you're still going to support the club. But also, I need people to understand, where we do support the club, also understand that you know this club. We know enough about it to have a, would I say, constructed opinion based around transfer. Obviously, certain things are just going to pop up. It's like, rah, you signed him? Okay, didn't even see that coming. No problem. But we know how the club move. We know what kind of model we work under. We know the type of players that we sign. We know the type of players that Michael Edwards is also looking for. So when we don't get certain players, maybe this summer we just, if we get like an Endo type of signing, maybe we just ease off this summer. Maybe we just chill. Maybe we just chill. And we just almost look at it as, you know what, might be, obviously, I'm not saying don't be upset, because you might, you might have wanted Isak, but my man bought you, I don't know, some Asian guy, and he's only played like 10 games, and all of this kind of, fair enough. I get all of that, and no disrespect, by the way, but I get all of that. But you just never realistically know with all of these players, signings, and little extra kind of things. So I think it is more of a wait and see. Obviously, don't get it twisted. I'm not sitting here saying that we should just be happy if we have a summer. Let's say we buy like 3 players, 4 players, right? And every single player you buy, you're like, I've never even seen this guy kick a ball. Like, the general consensus anyway is, I've never seen these guys kick a ball. Obviously, yes, that's where the anger is going to come into it, even before they've played, and that'll be understandable. But when we're talking about, certain other signings that we make, I think it's going to have to just be a wait and see kind of game, especially with a new manager coming in. We ain't got no clue what the hell is going to happen. We don't know what his football even looks like with the players that we've got. And we went through the midfield yesterday. Remember, I said we were struggling to find players for midfield because we've got bare players already. We might not even sign another midfielder. We might just say, no, I'm good with the players that we've got. We might, obviously, I know we're looking at centre back, so fair enough. But the attack might only depend on if someone leaves. What if nobody leaves? What if everyone says, no, I want to stay. I want to be given a chance. I want to prove myself. Guess what, guys? We're going to have to get used to everybody in this attack. Every single one of them. because it's just one of those kind of things. So yeah, man, it's one of those catch-22s, but we'll go from there. I'll quickly get into some of the comments and then we will dive right in with number one. We'll dive right in. Big up Steve, my boy, with the super chat. Do you like Idon Zegrova from Lille? Yeah, I think he's all right.
Yeah.
I think he's
cold
all right.
dribbler, man.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I would say about him. He's a cold dribbler.
Yeah, most of the man them that I don't know, where's he, Albanian or something along those lines?
If he isn't, he definitely looks it. He is from oh, you know where he's from?
Where?
Oh no, I thought that said Hereford. I was about to say what Hereford, but no, he's placed a birth for somewhere in Germany.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's a cold dribbler, man.
Yeah,
cold dribbler. But end product ain't all that still. But yeah.
Even I was just looking at his stats whilst I saw the name pop up. Got 12 goals, 9 assists. So stats wise, he's doing all right for Lille this season. But he's the type of you know what he is, right? He's the type of signing him, Somerville. That's what I think Liverpool will do. That's not what I would do, but that's what I think.
Them dons.
Well, yeah, like he's that type of player. It's like, oh yeah, I wouldn't sign him, but I can see the club saying, yeah, this is the guy that we're gonna sign. He's gonna be the backup kind of thing. But I don't know if he really fits. I don't know if he's the type of winger that we're looking for in that kind of sense. I don't know, something about him that makes you think not really a Liverpool type of player, maybe another club, but not really Liverpool. But he's a tidy player, man. But big up Steve again for the super chat. Honestly, speaking on the attack, why is it that no one crosses the ball to our attackers? To be fair, Darwin and Jota are very good in the air, and why also our forwards are never in the box. En said it already, man. Just patterns of play, all of that kind of stuff. Like that might all change.
Do you know when we saw balls getting put in the box, and I think Darwin has he even scored a header this season? And I know, man.
Yeah, they're not in the first.
Oh yeah, the winner.
Yeah, the winner.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm just. Do you know?
Okay, but yeah, I know you're good.
The season before, bro, we was putting crosses in, and he was in there because we actually, when it was telling Mo hug the touchline, everyone's like, "Oh, what are we doing?" We actually got some crosses into the box, and the man was in there waiting to finish it off. But yeah,
it's true. I have a question that no one wants to answer. Can we realistically run Robert at left back going into next season? Hey, man. What I will say to that is, En's obviously answered it there, but what I will say to that is go back and watch the defensive one, the defensive show that we did, or that I did the other day. That'll give you your my answer anyway. Yeah, I mean, can't give it away for free, bro. Like, go get the views. Yeah, man. If I put the work in, Ravi, you got to put the work in as well.
Put the work in. No, but yeah, for me, Ravi, I think we can, man. There's no issue that I can see, Rob. I just feel, there's some games where his performances hasn't been great. Obviously, I missed the one that he got heavily criticized in, which was the Everton one. I didn't watch it, so I can't give you my honest opinion on that. But since I've been back watching him, he's been fine, bro. He's got 2 goals in 2 games, bro.
Yeah, that's mad. Imagine me saying Robert got 2 goals in 2 games, bro.
2 goals in 2 games. If he scores in the next one, bro, something's changed.
What you want is structured patterns of play in the final third ends. We have players, unfortunately, are simply not clever enough. Arsenal's triangles and work rate is simply better. I'll leave that one there. We'll get into it. I don't want to start a fight, guys. You know what I mean? Like,
no. I think I can quickly answer that one as well.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I did say that. I don't think. I did say that I don't think they're clever enough just yet. That's why we need a pattern of play to simplify it for them. So we know, right, if you go here, we go there, you need to be here when we do this pattern. I think that makes it a lot more easier than you just go off the cuff. We'll just free flow it, and whatever happens, who turns up where. And I'm like, that's never a good thing. You always need a vocal point. You always need to create those little triangles as well, man, especially when you're attacking. And I feel like this season we haven't done enough of it. We're just like the odd clever player like your Mo Salahs when he finds those little threaded passes. And some of the midfielders with some of their passes that they've been doing. I found these players in good positions, but there's no real pattern. There's no sometimes when you miss a chance, there's someone else following up. I feel like we never have that. It's like we just miss a chance and there's no one else there to follow up. Well, I'm watching the other teams, and it's like if they miss it, someone's there just following up, waiting.
Joselu yesterday.
Yeah.
Joselu yesterday. My man fumbled the bag, and then what happens? You got a striker who's just listen. He ain't no one's cup of tea, but he's got the instinct. He knows, he understands. Like yo, and I think I agree with that. But yeah, that he just reminded me of that, and I think that's what we're missing as well. Is having that. Hey, listen, man. There was 2 Stoke players on the pitch last night. I was in shock, man. I was like, Jesus Christ, from Stoke to the Champions League semi-finals and them thing there. You know how crazy that is. But guys, first guy on the screen. You already know. It's one of my favorite players. One of my favorite players at one of my favorite clubs in England. You know what I'm saying?
Surprising in 2 days. Do you know what? To be fair, the last two videos you've done, you've had 2 Southampton players in Southampton Crystal Palace players in there. So good choices, by the way. Like I'm not knocking.
Yeah, I was gonna say like with these, they're not like I've chosen Mateta or something like that. Like that.
Hey, respect Mateta, bro. I told you the tuck-in shirt is the one, bro. Respect him.
Nah, man. But listen, you guys already know who it is. Olise. I don't even really need to talk too much on him. Being honest, we know what he's about. We know the type of player, you know, that he is. One thing I found interesting, obviously you guys can see the attributes, and we'll head back to that in a second. Would you call that an injury-prone player? Ends. I don't know if you can see it. Sorry if you.
Yeah, no, I can see it. Hamstring. Yeah, he needs to calm down with a hamstring still.
Yeah, but look at when he's.
Yeah, I'm looking at the times out. So what? Why did they put rest for 2 days?
No, it annoyed me when I saw that. I was like, "What the fuck is rest, bro? Like everyone gets rest, man."
I thought, hamstring injury kept him out for 13 games. It feels like. Do you know how crazy it is? It feels like he's always out for time.
Exactly.
But he's not actually out for time. Like if that's the whole. If you're telling me that's the list of games, that ain't an injury-prone player at all.
Exactly.
That's just a man. Either what's that? 60 days. That's not bad, man. That's not bad.
Obviously,
a hamstring injury takes a bit of time to heal as well. And being a fast player, there's so much you have to do when you get back. I don't think he's an injury-prone player. Looking at the numbers like this now, I don't think so.
And this is why sometimes, you know, when we don't like, because I thought, like, I knew immediately when I put Olise, like, when I was writing it, I was like, I know what everyone's going to say. Oh, he gets bare injuries. He doesn't actually get bare injuries. In fact, he's had 2 injuries, like 2 different injuries, a hamstring injury and inflammation of the sole of his foot. Like, it's not like man's getting, we'll go through the list and you'll see some of the other players. It's not like he's getting crazy injuries. And again, it seems like time, but remember 22-23 season, that's when the World Cup was on as well, remember? So there was that big gap anyway that players were missing. So during that period of time, obviously they might have added on games or whatever the case may have been, but ultimately he then got injured during the Euros, the under 21. I remember watching the game that he got injured in, and I was thinking, eesh. Like, it looks a bit mad for him, man. And that was at the period of time when I thought Chelsea were going to sign him, because Chelsea were trying to sign a few players, and I thought, oh crap, Chelsea are going to get him. But then he gets injured, and I was like, well, that deal's already done, and that's it. Now it looks like he's staying, put. But in 17 games that he's played in the Premier League this season, he's got 9 goals and 4 assists in 17 games. Really and truly, crazy. I've not checked his previous seasons, but if you was to span that over the 38 game period, he's already surpassing what his best ever season in football. And this is the guy who's only played 17 games in the Premier League this season. So when I look at a replacement or someone to come in for a Mo Salah and stuff like that, I'm saying this is probably my number 1 pick. Like if I had to pick one player and I'm picking them based purely off of, just everything I've seen them do and et cetera, I can't lie. It kind of has to be him. And that's just me based on the eye test. And I didn't really care about it. I didn't even know he scored 9 goals. I was actually shocked because I didn't think he had scored that many. I actually thought it was 4. And I thought he had more assists, but clearly he's got more goals. But also, when it comes to the defensive side of the game, he's actually pretty decent as well. He's ranking in the 75th percentile for tackles, 86th percentile for interception, 87 for blocks. So he's doing that side, and I know Enns doesn't like it because obviously the guy number 11 who's there at the moment isn't really pulling his weight, so to speak, in the defensive side of things. This is a guy who actually is pulling his weight in the defensive side of things. So we're actually going to get someone who, going forward, is still a very, very good player. But going backwards, that's an option for us. That helps us out big time. By the way, it's 1,100 minutes, which is a goal or assist per 65 minutes for Palace. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. For a guy who plays for Palace, by the way, prior to Glasner coming in, for a guy like him, in that team, Roy Hodgson and that, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, he has to be everyone's kind of, I'm not saying number one pick necessarily, but he's definitely one of those players that I think, hey, why not? You know, someone like him. And he's someone I would think. But what about you, man? Like, in terms of...
bro, you know, man, I would love him at Liverpool. But I don't know if our guy... I'm just hoping the data is data. Edwards and Amandem and Richard and all these guys can go, do you know what? Let's go and get this guy. He's a perfect replacement for Mo. And then Mo's still going to be here. It looks like we're going to offer him another contract. So Mo's still going to be here. So you can learn under Mo and develop and get better. And do you know what I mean? And there's less stress. Well, I say less stress. It's probably going to be more stress because you're playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, there's less like reliance upon you just to be the sole performer where, you know, at Palace, when he's not playing, you notice the difference. When him and Eze are not playing, you notice the difference. When he's playing, you're like, oh, okay, he can impact a game. The goals that he scored against Man United over the weekend was ridiculous. Dropped out Casemiro, one of the best DMs. Well, used to be one of the best DMs in the world. Used to be one of the best. And then the next one, bro, a little cut back to him, and he wraps it in. How many times have you seen that goal where he puts it in the far corner? Cuts in from that right-hand side and put it in the far corner.
And he doesn't have slipper flops in his game.
No, bro, he doesn't. They all laser. They got radar and laser sights on them, bro. Every shot he has just flies in either a bottom corner or a top corner. Yeah, he's on it, man. I'd love to get him. And I don't... Do you know the period when... You know the period when I think it was like, he's right, 50 million release clause, 60 million release clause. I don't know if that's still the case. I'll take a gamble on him, man.
Yeah.
I don't even think it would be a gamble. You know, when we talked about players that can shift the needle, he's one of them players I think that can shift the needle for us. Like, 100%. We've seen how, bro, he cooks players up, fullbacks for days in the Premier League. Coming into the new system, we'll still have to wait and see what that looks like. And coming into our team, what you would say we are better players than Palace. Yeah. Why wouldn't he not have a great, like, in the right environment to just kill, bro? Yeah.
And you know one thing, and I'll say this, and I'm going to be saying this throughout the whole summer, by the way. Remember, Liverpool environment, obviously so far, Klopp's leaving, so that I don't know if that changes, but I'm hoping it stays the same. Bro, we don't do, like, there's no controversy over here. Like, man's just coming in to play football. Like, we don't have this Manchester United environment where you're coming in to play football, but then you got the manager telling one of the players, yeah, you can't even eat with the team, go eat with the kids, go sit in your car, or I'm gonna what? Like that mad energy. And you've got the Chelsea one where I feel like you've got too many young players over there. So really it just comes like an under 21s rave. So I'm just like, yeah, well, you know how under 21s behave. So this is the kind of attitude you're going to get from time to time. Sometimes they'll surprise you. Sometimes you'll get what you expect from people like that because there's no real leadership. I almost feel like at Liverpool, that's why I play like a Harvey Elliott or a Curtis Jones. Yeah, they've got their, would I say, somewhat youthfulness about them. But I feel like they've been embedded into obviously what Jurgen Klopp and the club have kind of like put in place in terms of, listen, leave all that outside noise, forget all of that. We're just here to play football and go home. That is it. Football, go home. Football, go home. Yeah, and I feel like that kind of environment, I feel, can only help players like an elite. Like, by the way, like Elise seems calm, by the way, at Crystal Palace. I don't think there's any like issues over there. But I just think for him to make that next level up, I personally think if you're not going to come to Liverpool, don't go to Chelsea, bro. Like, I don't think that's going to be you'll get more money, 100%. That's obvious. But you'll also be on 8-year contract. I don't know if you really want that.
To be fair, with this new wage cap and agent fee cap and that's coming in, I think now it should level the playing field. It now just depends on where the player wants to go. Would he want to stay in London? Possibly. In Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Some players like to just do this. Oh, I want to stay in London. Nah, shut up, man. Just go and play for the better club, bro.
100%.
But it's the only problem we have being a Liverpool fan or Liverpool supporters. We know it. Edwards is going to do the whole data-driven thing now, or back using the data and seeing who's best suited to the system Slot wants to play, or the type of profile he wants to play. But the only problem is we don't know as yet. We know under Klopp what that looks like. You were like, if Olise came up, we're like, we're never going to sign Olise. You're like, under Klopp, you're like, he's not going to sign that type of player. But under Slot, there's a potential. But at the same time, we still don't know what players he's going to want for this system or this team. And that's the difficulty. We look at him and go, he comes into the team, we improve. But they might look at it and go, well, we get, I don't know if Somerville's on the list, but say we go and get a Somerville.
Yeah.
He might be the one, the data side shows that he would be better off in the system. So
and that'll be fair enough.
That's a difficult thing, man. I hate and I love it at the same time because you don't know what we're going to be like next season or how we're going to play yet. We can only speculate. But I would love to have this guy in my team, bro.
That's the annoying thing about
young 60 mil. Get him in, man. Get him in.
But that's what would be like, obviously it's not our money. So if we're just talking, is he quick enough? He's quick enough. Yeah,
bro.
He's quick enough. He's quick enough.
Yeah, he's quick, bro. It's quick.
Steve asked it there before. What would be the most you think would, in your eyes, in the football market and everything, what's the most you think would be a good number to sign this kind of player for? Bearing in mind any other areas that you think we need to improve upon.
60 mil, I would say. I think that's a good enough number. I feel like a player like him would have that in his the word on the street was he had something in his contract around 50 to 60 million. I don't know if that's true or if it still is. But yeah, 60 mil. I don't think it's not like he's had one of those, like what Cole Palmer is, and you're like, bro, if you went to try and buy him now, that's going to probably be 80, 90 mil, add the English tax on top of that, probably looking at 100 mil just to sign him because of the season he's having. And I'm not saying Olise hasn't had a good season, but he's not had that kind of season. So his stocks are good, but they're not massively high. So around the 50, 60 million mark, I think that's perfect.
No, that's true. It's 100% true, man. Big up everybody in here. We're going to move on to our next one in a second. As I mentioned before at the beginning of the show, guys, please make sure you subscribe to the new channel, Keeping It GTV. Apologies, I know I'm going to keep saying it, but we're just going to keep getting the subscribers up and we're going to have fun over on that side of the map. Just quickly, a question: how much do you think Liverpool will spend in the summer? No idea. I actually don't even have a number in my head because remember, the number is going to be kind of dictated by the marketplace. If what Ends and Pops have just said about this whole FFP and stuff like that, PSR, wherever it's called, coming into place, the wage spending cap, that's also going to have a massive factor on how much you can buy a player, how much you can sell it. Like, all of these things are going to change. So I haven't even got a number.
Really think about how you're going to buy players now. And you have to really think about who, because we used to lose out on most of these players because of the wages. We knew at times we could spend the money, but it's always going to be down to the wages and the agents' fees. Because come on, man, you think Man City only spent 50-odd million on Haaland? But we don't see the back end stuff. We don't see the contract. We don't see the agent fees. We don't see the little brown envelope his dad got as well to push that move.
Yeah,
his dad said Liverpool was in for him in that same summer. His dad said Liverpool was in for him as well. But we knew as soon as Man City was like, okay, what do you need?
Yeah,
we ain't going past
not even how much. What do you need, bro? Like we'll pay whatever. Just what do you?
Because you're telling me Liverpool couldn't pay 50 odd million for Haaland?
Come on, bro. Like,
Yeah, we could have paid that, bro. But
we paid
weren't
more than
paying
that for
the
Nunes.
wages.
So we could have easily have paid and gave Nunes 100 and whatever thousand a week. So I know for a fact we could have easily have paid that. Let's say it was just a 50 million that like the actual transfer fee, right? We paid what? Is it 65 up front for Nunes? So that's an extra 15 million. I don't know what that looks like in wages, for example, if you chop it down. But I'm sure that plus whatever we could have added on top. Of course we could have. Come on, bro. Like that's too
We're
easy.
never going to beat these teams, bro. Man United was out here offering like 500, 450. What's Sancho? 350.
Yeah,
Mo is on
350,
350, bro. That's he's the highest paid out of club. So we will never compete with these teams. But now bringing it down, agent fees has to be the same. Wages has to be, you know what I mean? You can't just be out here going, yeah, we're going to offer you this, this, and this. And then obviously the transfer as well. So it should be interesting. It just now becomes how good can you sell that particular project now?
No,
and obviously location has a factor in it. Oh yeah, so that could play the part. But we know that it's not going to be a factor where, oh yeah, they paid him an extra 100 or 200 grand a week over us, or the agent was able to get an extra 5 million and we weren't going to do that. It now becomes location and project.
The life of a footballer, guys. The life of a footballer. Coming from a football coach, by the way, people. So he'll tell you. Any second thoughts about Kareem Adeyemi, G? Do you like him? You're pushing it.
Bro, the guy, he needs to sort his. He needs to sort his hair. He needs to trim that damn mustache that he's grown. And he just need, bro. The hair. He just looks like a homeless guy. Maybe that's the reason, bro. I need him to sort his life out, bro. He's just playing the game on the edge at the moment. I need him to.
Nah, he's playing the game on the edge, but
he's playing the game on the edge, though, G, bro. He joined the team. And, little fresh whippersnapper, young prospect looking, and then now he looks like I don't know, like he lost all his money, bro.
Yeah, he actually does. He looked like he's just going through problems. I'm like, is everything okay at home? Is it all good? Like, you've let your hair grow out, you got the moustache, and maybe that's.
He said he cut. Okay, he got a fresh trim. All right, say less. Let me go and type it in. Let me see now.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I feel like I watched that Dortmund game the other day. And I don't feel like that trim was fresh, unless he just got one straight.
Nah, I don't know what he's doing. That I don't know, man. But yeah, is he a good player? Of course he is.
Yeah. I just don't know if it's a weird one with someone like him. So quick, by the way, like quick. He is so rapid. I would love to see what that looks like in our attack. I wouldn't mind. Let's put it this way: he's on the list of Adeyemi. All right, cool. Let's take him. Like, he might not be like of my top 5 choices, kind of thing. Or no, he would be if I was just choosing 5 wingers. Like, if this was just a show based purely on wingers, then I would say he'd be in my list. But where I've had to try and add in strikers and other positions, I can't just have that one. So, big up Ravi. Question: does Slot have more than one way of playing?
Apparently so.
So
it's a 4-2-3-1. He goes to a back 6, back 5 if he needs to. But I like that, man. I like a manager that's going to be tactically astute, man, to change stuff if it's not working.
No, for real. Big up Max, by the way, for subscribing to the new channel. Just watch your video on Callum Scanlon, bro. Thank you, he's my little brother. Sick to see people praising, bro. Hey, big up, man. Big up. If that's your little pro, yo, big up, man. Big up. Your brother's good. I'll tell you that right now. Your brother is good. I can't lie. I think I said it in the video, by the way. I think he's going to be a winger, though. I don't see him at left. Like, I feel like you see the pace that brother's got. You see the skills, the dribbling ability.
Yeah,
Scanlon needs to be a winger. I don't want to see my young bull at left back. Like, I feel like you're gonna just go through a whole Gareth Bale whole stage where you start out at left back. You're too good for that because of your athleticism, so you have to move forward. But he, in my opinion, I never felt Gareth Bale was like a sick dribbler like that. Like, I just thought he was just quick. But he is actually a really good dribbler, and he's fast, and he's got delivery. Bro, needs to play further forward. But I know, listen, I'm not in the academy, so maybe they're working him towards that position. Maybe he's gonna eventually play.
They definitely need to move him to that. Do you know what? When I saw him, Savage was the one who educated man on him in terms of because he obviously from the Birmingham Academy, we bought him, came across, And then I was
Hey,
like,
and
nah,
look
who
down on
the
them.
hell is this? Do you know what? The first touch on the ball,
Pre-season,
I was
bro.
like, nah, yeah, bro, pre-season. His first touch, I'm like, nah, it's cold. From one touch, I was like, what? I said, bro, nah, you could see it. You could see it. And then when he started taking people on, I'm like, nah, what's going on? I feel like the injury pulled him back though, because he picked up a knock, and then I haven't seen him play in a minute still. But yeah, he's going to be another one that in pre-season, if he can, you know what I mean? If he can pull his weight, push, give the manager something to think about.
He's definitely, like, I don't know. Like I said, so Savage probably would be the best person actually to really ask. Didn't know nothing too much about him. Just heard that we signed him, but I was intrigued that we spent the amount of money we did. I thought, okay, maybe we're just trying to do this younger thing because we bought like a Kai Gordon, Ben Doak, and all this kind of stuff where we tried to buy them from like Celtic or Derby and all of these kind of things. I just thought he was just another one. Bro, that pre-season, I said, all right, say no more, because the way you're moving right now, like, you're having me think, maybe you just, but it's like he said here, his mum sent him the link, and he's saying he prefers him at left wing as well, bro. We all prefer him at
Sounds
left
like
wing.
one of the man them said, I sent you the link. Mumsy just sent the link, like, check
Yeah,
this out.
check this, listen, and big up to mum, big up to Scanlon, like 100%, man. Like I said, I think Scanlon's one of those players, like left wing, 100%, man. Like whether that's at Liverpool or not, and I don't even think he'll look at it, think, I want to make it at Liverpool. 100%, of course you do. You know what I mean? Everyone, it's one of the biggest clubs in the world. But I don't even care like that. I'm just like, I just need to see the young ball playing left wing for somebody. Hey, you can come to Crystal Palace, man. You know what I mean? We welcome young players. We always develop.
Man. Yo, G, I'm proud of you.
We develop young players over this side as well.
Do you know what I'm saying, bro? You get, bro, listen, the next time G mentions Crystal Palace guys, unsubscribe from his other channel. That's what you guys have to just unsubscribe, bro. There's no point. He'll be over there talking about Palace and we ain't got time for that.
Oh yeah, bro. You don't even want to see what my next week player watches. You don't even want to see who the focus is on.
Palace man them. You're like, nah,
bro. It's gonna be a Palace watch. It's gonna be a.
No, we don't need to hear the Palace guys, bro. We don't care about them. Don't care about them. Liverpool.
He said savage talent ID. Yeah, no, 100%. My little brother is the most humble ever, bro. Trust me, he's got 4 older bros to keep him humble. No drinking, no women. Bro, stay on that path, man. Listen. If he's in football world now, he knows what can happen. Get a bit of money, new contract, so your money starts going up now. Now you're hanging around the first team. You know, now you're talking to man like Mo, the Diaz's, the Virgils, like the Allisons, like Trent, Robert. Like, you're talking to some experienced guys in this game. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Trust me, forget all of that. Ain't nobody trying to. You see, I always think like this, yeah. And this is probably something I should save for keeping it G, but I'll say it now anyway. You see, with all that money stuff, 50 Cent used to always say this, bro. Like, the women will come to you regardless. You're a professional football player. They're coming to you regardless. They're onto man who are making 2 bags a week, the same way they're onto man who's making 20 bags a week, who's making 200 bags a week. So promise you that will come in future time, man. But yeah, man, like I said, man, big up to you guys and the family over on that side. Let's move on to the next one. Yeah, Trent Doherty, he's a very good player. Very good player. Because I had only 5 days, I never added him onto the list, but absolute quality player. All right. There was actually something I wanted to put up because it's for my next person. There we go. Big up Steve in the building.
I don't like how you're trying to skip ahead though, Steve. Relax, man. Relax. You know where the bigger club, Steve.
You listen. You already know. And I'm not even going to apologize. This ain't even me trying to get at you. En spoke about this yesterday when we spoke about the midfielders. When I mentioned about Bruno, when I mentioned about like the other kind of players who, in our eyes anyway, they come into the team and they improve you straight away. Like, this is a needle mover, needle pusher, whatever you want to call it. There you go. For me, here you go. You want someone who you know can score goals in this league? There you go. And still even has more potential that I think still hasn't even been tapped into yet. I still think there's another layer for this guy. And I think when I say another layer, I think it's more of a case of like a Harry Kane. When Kane obviously first started out, wasn't really popping. Then he got into the team under Pochettino. Then he started scoring goals, right? And everyone thought, right, good striker. What made Kane so world class was you enter into a whole level of inevitability. That's why Mo Salah was considered world class at one stage, because you become inevitable now. When you step on the pitch, you just know. You're just like, oh no, this brother's scoring. Yeah. I already know. Harry Kane, every time, bro, the guy, this is his best season for Bayern Munich. He scored 44 goals. Yeah, these times his previous record was 41. I didn't even know that, and that's at Spurs. No disrespect to Spurs, by the way. And you're saying this is a guy who's his previous record was 41. So he's only even beat that at a better team by 3. And they're playing in it. Come on, bro. Like, inevitable. And I think Isak, for me, is such an inevitable player, bro. Such an inevitable player. And I think he can become that kind of guy, like where you're just super consistent. Now, I already know, I haven't even looked at the chat. So I know someone's probably said it, right?
Yeah.
That's his injury record. By the way, it's actually 2 pages.
Injuring still.
So this is where I said, okay. So I did a bit of my research, right?
Yeah, okay.
There was I haven't got it up, haven't got the picture up here, but you guys can obviously go to Transfer Market and check it for yourselves just to verify if you want. Go and check Haaland's injury record. I promise you, it's probably is equal to this, by the way, in terms of the amount of injuries that this player's having. Obviously, days might be a bit different. Haaland's missed a lot of days just in a general sense, but it's relatively the same in terms of the amount of injuries. Now, I also implore you to all go and check Robin van Persie's injury record before he moved to Manchester United. I promise you, if I just showed you that injury record, you wouldn't even touch that with a 50-feet pole.
Ferguson did say as well, bro, that with Van Persie, it was all mental. There were times when he weren't actually, he felt something and then he was just injured. You know what I mean? When you played as well, you'd feel something like, but you'd, I'll play. Stretch it out and play.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
So, yeah, I feel like, but you're right. You could come into Liverpool when that changes and then he doesn't get an injury again.
Yeah.
And that's what players get injuries, isn't it? Yeah. But what's it called as well? With us, having a massive change in terms of the backroom staff at Liverpool, that could protect maybe a different training regime as well, because we have our issues with our injuries as well with Liverpool. But everything kind of changing and I would say upgrading, but we're upgrading in a sense in terms of, I'm sure the data would be there, like, why do we keep getting all these injuries and why do we get these particular type of injuries? So with the change in the backroom staff, new medical team, maybe, different coaching methods, different recovery method, it could potentially be that he comes in if he was one of the players on the list and these injuries that he's picking up, don't get them again. We tailor his train, because I don't know. Do we? Obviously, I don't know any of the players in terms of from the Liverpool standpoint. But I'd love to know if they tailor it. There's other players that I know they tailor their training regime, so they won't do certain things that other players will do, or they will be like, well, this is the way I need to recover, so I won't do this session today, but I'll do this session, and that massively helps the players. So maybe that's something we look into and doing with the new team, with the new manager and his coaches, and if we get a player like him in. But yeah, the numbers are crazy, bro. 20 goals in 27 games.
Dumb. It's dumb. 24 this season.
That's crazy.
Last season, he got not in the league. I think it was less than 20 in the league. But I'm sure he broke the 20 plus. I'm sure. Again, Steve, let me know in the chat. I'll double check anyway. But I'm sorry, man. Like you there's certain players, and the reason why I brought up Haaland and Van Persie is because I can see him becoming as good of finishers as those guys. In terms of the reason why there's obviously Haaland, because he's just inevitable, right place, right time type of guy. Van Persie, he's great because he's got an array of finishes. We all remember the goal against Charlton that he scored for Arsenal. We remember the goal that, can't remember who they played against, but it was the ball over the top from Song into his path. He just slapped it, and we remember the goal that Rooney gave for when they won the league against Aston Villa at Old Trafford. Rooney plays that long ball, plucks it out of the bro. He pinged that ball into Van Persie in the air. Van Persie said, "Yeah, man's taking his first time," and he looked comfy. He looked so comfortable taking that finish. I'm not obviously I'm not saying that I've not seen a goal, but we remember the assist that Isak gave for Newcastle last season against Everton for I think it was to Jacob Murphy. The dribbling ability. That's what I didn't know he had. That's what I was even more because I was like, yeah, he
Dropping
looks like he's
shoulders on that left side.
dropping shoulders and that.
He
But
did it back to back weekends. You know, he killed
yes.
He did it back to back weekend.
Facts. And you know, like when you look at a player sometimes, yeah, you like in your mind, you might think like obviously you've never seen it because I'd never really seen it like that, and I thought, oh, okay, he just looks like he's like a Peter Crouch. You know, like, hey, Crouch is comfortable on the ball. You know what I mean? Like Crouch has got 1-2. Nah, this brother is like he could play wing if he maybe changed up his game a little bit more, kind of thing. Like if he just tweaked his game a bit, he could probably play on the wing, and he wouldn't look out of place because he's got pace, he's got dribbling ability, but he knows where the back of the net is. I've seen him take finishes and he's not even looking at the goal. That tells me straight off the rip, yeah, this is a brother who actually doesn't need to look where the goal is. He knows where the posts are, bro. The posts don't move all game, by the way. So if I know where that is, I'm good. As long as I'm in the right position, I'm good. So for me, bro, I promise you, if Liverpool were just serious, I would just say, you just splash the money on someone like him. I know the injury record, by the way, people. I know we're going to look at that, and that's going to be a sore spot for everybody. Totally understandable. But I genuinely believe, as N said about Van Persie and the whole Fergie thing, I feel with some players, it's just that, bro. Like, and remember, it come like Naby and Ox. You know, when it happens so much, after a while, you just believe you're injured now. Like you don't even want to, and you might even just injure yourself just doing something dumb because you're just like being tentative in a game where maybe you should have actually gone for that tackle instead of being, you know, pussy about it. Maybe you should have actually
pulled out of the challenge and you got out of the tackle.
Exactly. Little things, because it's obviously playing on your mind, of course. Players got hamstring injury, groin injury, thigh problems, whatever it is, over a period of time, you start thinking, I don't really want to go for that 50-50 anymore. And now you start running different. Now you start changing your direction a bit different, not knowing that these things may have an impact on you moving forward because your mind's not really in it. Sturridge, I always feel, is someone like that I look at, because I'm always like, I feel like some of his thing was a bit mental in terms of he was just picking up little silly injuries after a while, then trying to change up your game, and then maybe not being able to adapt to now what your game is like because he doesn't have the pace anymore to get in behind. So maybe then not really adapting to that cold finisher though. Cold, obviously, we know what Sturridge is about, but I feel like a little bit of that might have been a maybe. Again, I'm not no professional, but from when you see these things, and there's so many examples, Haaland has had injuries this season and last season, but he went through a mad period of time where man just getting no injuries. Just no injuries. Haaland starts losing a bit of confidence, a bit of form, injuries. Injuries. What coincidence? Now he's getting injuries again. Not lack of confidence a little bit, not really scoring as many goals, missing open goals, and you know, all of those kind of stuff that we don't really associate with Haaland. All of a sudden now, man's getting injuries. What a coincidence. Again, I'm not trying to put 2 and 2 together and get him 4, but I do think some of these things can correlate with each other. But yeah, as I said, man, Isak.
Baller, man.
Yeah, we don't need to. Everyone already knows. We don't even need to chat on that guy anymore, man. I'll go through some of the comments before we get into the next one. Pups saying Van Persie might not be the best example. Saf only wanted him for that one season to win the Prem back because they were short of goals. Did he have a long period without injuries after he went OT? I'll double check for you right now. I'm sure when I saw it, it was 2 seasons he went without getting like a would I say somewhat long-term injury, so to speak. I think because that's why I think I was looking at this last week, because I was having a conversation with someone about injuries and players always getting their thing and stuff like that. But yeah, and I do hear you. They were short of goals. They needed a striker. He wanted to win the Premier League. Like, do you know how tapped that is? Man said, "I want to win the Premier League." He's also said, "I want to win the Premier League," and then he said, "You know what? We might as well link up together and just win the Premier League together. Like, why not?
Why not?
Why not? Like, I'll take you from my biggest rivals, kind of thing." All right. So obviously, this is just according to Transfer Market. Again, people, I implore you to go check for yourselves. He had an injury in 2010-11 season. His next injury, he moved in the 11-12 season, by the way. He didn't get another injury until the 13-14 season. So
different
like I said,
training regimes, bro.
this is what I'm by the way, I'm saying it could be a whole host of things, by the way. I'm not just saying it's purely just a mental thing.
I'll
But
try
what
and
I'm
find
saying,
where the comment or the quote from Fergie, but you just say nah, with Van Persie, because they did ask how comes, like at Arsenal, he was just always injured, but he
yeah,
came to
always,
Man United and all of a sudden, and he's doing more work as well, man. This man's running everywhere.
bro. His injury
But
record at Arsenal is crazy,
yeah,
bro.
it's mad, bro.
It's
But and then
like,
I can't. Yeah, the quote, man. He literally just said it was in his head. A lot of it was in his head.
I can imagine.
You know,
Remember,
sometimes you
you're
feel that little strain, and you go, ah. As a player that consistently gets injured, they were like, oh, I'm injured again.
yeah.
And even Klopp, did not Klopp say something along those lines about Sturridge as well?
Maybe he did, but I can believe that though. I
I
can
saw
actually
he said
believe
something
that.
about Sturridge. He said sometimes with Sturridge, it was in his I don't know if he said it was in his head or it was like a knock and he could have played, but he was like, nah, he didn't want to play. I'm sure, man, there was a conversation around that. That's why he didn't play him as much.
And Surridge would have been, yo, I'm just thinking about it now. What, a young, like a 13, 14 Sturridge in this team? Yeah. It's all, it would have been,
The
or
rapid
not
done
even,
with their mad stepovers.
with the mad stepovers and can finish from some of the dumbest angles.
Yeah, some mad angles.
You're just like, how are you finished? I remember the goal against Fulham that he scored like that. I was like, bro, on your right foot as well. I was super duper shocked, man. Super duper shocked. Let's get through some of these comments then, guys. Big up, by the way, everybody in the chat, man. There's a lot of you in here, man. So big up to everyone. Make sure, please, you're smashing the like. And as I said before, make sure you head on over to the new channel, man. Make sure you head on over to the new channel. I hope to see a lot more of you over there and we can just chop it up and talk everything. Everything, man. Everything. Let's see. There's a comment, by the way, YouTube name. There was a comment that you did send before. I will get into that later at the end. Because I'm going to give it to Ends. He's going to answer that question. We'll get through that. Steve's asking, what do you think of Jamie Gittins? I think he become a very good player in a season or two at Dortmund. Yep, I agree too. Give him a couple more seasons at Borussia Dortmund. Let him develop over there. See what he's like. We'll come back to that one. Man. What about you, Ends, if you fuck with him or not? Mute. You're on mute. You're on mute. You're on mute, bro.
Yeah, nah, my bad. No, I think the exact same, bro. I think Dortmund is one of the perfect plays for any young player to go and develop and perform, man. So now I'm looking at our team and who we have, and you're like, well, if you're not going to play them, I think who did we mention? Was it Bajcetic?
It was Bajcetic, yeah.
Who's in? Yeah, send him out there. If he's not going to be the one that plays this season, send him out there, man. He'll come back a cold player. You see, Bellingham's gone there, develop. Sancho's gone there to develop. There's a few other players you can mention that's gone there and really become the player that they want to become, man. But I don't know what they're doing over there, but yeah,
bro, that's the same thing I always. I'm like, what do you guys do? Like, why does everyone just go there and just
love to go and spend a month just to see, like, because I don't understand how players go there with no profile and all of a sudden just cooking everyone. They're like, hold on a minute, bro.
I do rate them though because they seem to be a club that they know what they are in football. Like they know what they just know what they are. So it's almost like you embrace it. Whereas other clubs try to be something that they're not, and then things don't really work out. They just know what they are, man. Honestly, then G on his other channel, yo, people, it's King of Castle G. Let's speak on what Crystal Palace need to get into Europe next season. Don't forget, my football manager said the next episode is coming out maybe Friday. Yeah, Friday evening. Next episode is coming out. So make sure you stay locked, by the way. Yeah, I mean, I lost my unbeaten run in that to Everton. I'm not really happy about that one, but we're still top four, I think, in the league, man. Do you know what I mean? Crystal Palace, we're doing our thing, man. We're doing our thing. Because we support the Palace. That's the way we like it. We like it. Whoa. I'm telling you guys are all going to start being secondary Palace fans. I promise you.
Sound like you really knew that chant really well.
I didn't. I just read it verbatim from what I saw there. I didn't really know the chant, so I just read it.
I just remember that little celebration when Mateta. Was it Mateta that scored the penalty?
Would you and Endsman take Anthony Gordon since you're taking everyone from me? Go on, Ends. Would you take Anthony Gordon?
Nah. I think he's a good player, though. He's a dope player. He's just all right.
Okay. Fair. I think he's all right, yeah. I think one more season, let me see what he's about. Then I'll decide that. What about Vlahovic? 34 games, 17 goals and 4 assists, something like that. Not over Isak.
Yeah.
So if I had the choice, then no. I think Isak's a better player anyway. But he's good. He's another one that maybe if he can, do you know what I mean, do his thing, then we can go for that. But let's move on to the next one. Was there another comment in there? Please Liverpool get Isak now. Big up Richard. Stefan, yeah, Klopp says Sturridge, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you guys are going to be secondary Palace fans. And I see some of you in the comments. I promise you, you're going to start looking out. You know, you just start looking out for the results every weekend now.
No, we will not be.
Before, Enzo will be like, oh, yo, gee, you see? In fact, go watch Enzo's last stream. And then go watch the last stream where me and Enzo were also talking about the midfielders. Go to the section where he talks about Adam Wharton. Yeah, I told you, it's already started. It's already started. I think Savage said it. I think Savage has been talking about him as well. Go listen to them, man. I promise you, they'll be checking out for their results soon. I mean, I'm here to change the tide, my boy. Dortmund have so successful at youth development because they throw a lot of money at it to be self-sustaining. They always got a senior core professionals who test the youth's mentality. Didn't know that. So that's actually interesting to find out that that's the kind of angle that Borussia Dortmund kind of take. Hey, listen, man, maybe Liverpool, we've kind of got like now, like some youngsters, like where you're like, okay, like these are, obviously they're not all going to make it, but like at least some of them you're like, okay, so we've got a few here. All right, let's, you know what I mean? Let's kind of move on. But speaking of moving on, who's the next one? We'll go to Mr. 300K. We'll go to Mr. 300K now. Now, obviously, I'd already done this before I saw the thing come out where he was talking about he wants 300 bags a week. If that is the case, then no, I would not sign him because I do not think he is worth 300K a week. And I also think that the only club who will pay him 300K is Atletico Bilbao just to keep him. So his best bet is either to just sign a new deal because he ain't getting that anywhere else unless he wants to go to Saudi. I cannot see another club paying that. He's too young. And he hasn't necessarily shown at that level that where we can say, yo, you know what? That doesn't even look out of place. And I think that it'll be more than someone like Phil Foden. And I don't know what Saka's on, but I'm not 100% sure he's on 300 bags a week. So you're not at their level, in my personal opinion, but you are a very, very good left winger, though. I will say that. You're definitely the best out of the two brothers. I'll tell you that much. See the other silly Ghanaian, he's just not. Yeah,
he's taking his time though. He's taking his time to become good because he wasn't as good as as his brother.
Yeah, but true. His brother seems to have started well and then tailored off. He seems to be taking.
That's because they offered him so much early, bro. What was the last contract they gave his brother? Wasn't it like a 10-year deal or something crazy, bro? Man, I have to think about like.
Yeah, it's true.
They gave him some crazy ass contract. They were the first ones I saw give out these mad contracts.
And listen, this is why big up 19 sub already, GTV on your new channel. Big up, man. Big up. I'll be like I said, I'll be dropping a video, man. So much love and appreciation, by the way, to everybody who subbed.
That means there should be 19 in there when he does his first video, right?
Should be 19 people in there at minimum. Not including, by the way, my boys out there as well. Listen, there's 10 of you in the group. I expect to see 10 extra. So that should be 29 minimum every single video.
Don't worry, I already subscribed, man. I'm a part of the 19.
Yeah. Like I said, I'll know if I see 18, then I know Enz is probably the snake. So
only if you said something brazy in there about Chris Palace, then I'm definitely, you know what I mean?
No, we'll keep the football.
I'm on that now, G, bro. If you say something crazy, I'm going to do what everyone else does, man. If you say something I don't like, I'm unsubscribing, bro. I ain't even lie.
You know what's crazy? The other day, I don't know what I said. Yeah. What video did I do? It was with you, man. And whatever video that we did that you was on, I just saw my subscriber drop by 2. So I don't know what N said to upset you guys on my channel the other day, but whoever the 2 people that unsubscribed, hey, come back, man. Like,
do I say things to upset? I don't think I do though, bro. I normally just
you know. Okay, now I remember the show. It was a show that we were supposed to be talking about Harvey Elliott, and we spent an hour and a half talking about Nunes towards the end of it. It was that show.
That wasn't my fault.
Okay. Anyways, Nico Williams is a very good left winger.
Mm.
No, I'm messing. Very good left winger. As you guys can see, look, 7 goals, 16 assists this season. So, wow. Do you know what I mean? Doing his thing. Obviously, predominantly left wing, can play on the right. But we'll say he's predominantly a left winger. You guys can, of course, see the heat map there as well. So you can tell these are the kind of areas. And it's funny because it's mainly on that left wing. So, and watching some of the highlights of him, he obviously likes to cut in, he obviously take his shots and whatnot. But what I do like about him though is that he's actually decent at crossing the ball into the box. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like I actually think that's one of his better, would I say, like attributes, you know, so to speak. And then of course you guys can as well. There you go. 14 for dribbling, 14 for crossing, 12 for finishing. First touch is obviously there. Off the ball, 15, really good. Determination, 17. He's got the pace, acceleration, technique, tackling, obviously not that good, but I don't really care. Passing good, work rate good as well, vision. This is a top player, man. What do you think about him?
I think he's a good player. I didn't rate him as much as everyone else does.
No.
Yeah, I didn't. Obviously, I thought his brother was a better player, but he's taking his time. I haven't paid attention to him for maybe 2 years now. So has he improved? It sounds like he has, and he's getting better as a player. But he's not. He wasn't a player that I looked at and going, "Oh, do you know what? He's going to be so great when he's older and stuff." I just thought he was an okay player, and I thought his brother was really, really good. He just needed to move from Bilbao, but he's obviously not going to move from there. It looks like he's going to be that one-man club thing and just stay there the whole career.
Or like Munayin and them, man.
Yeah, but then man, they was there for a minute. But I think it was a contract in it. I think that's why his brother's probably slowed down a bit. Because that contract they gave man was different. So he was like, I'm sorted now. I don't have to worry. And if they want to get rid of me, they have to pay me my money, bro. So win-win either way. But yeah, can he come into the Premier League and do well? He's got all the attributes to play in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? The game is slightly changed now where it's around. We always knew it was about power and pace and stuff like that, but he's tricky, he's skillful, he's got an eye for goal, you know what I mean? And obviously looking at his assists, he's not shy of creating chances as well for his teammates. So yeah, no, I think he's good enough. Is he one that I would like at Liverpool? He's not as much as I would want the Olise as. Olise would be more the one I would want. So if I had to choose, and I know they play on opposite sides, but if I had to choose which one, give me Olise all day, bro.
No. I'm with you on that. I'm totally.
He's found it, by the way. Scraps has found it, by the way.
Oh, you found it? Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think Kate told him it was pinned at the top.
Big up. But nah, I'm with Enz. Like I said, I think it's more about because remember, I'm trying to when I do these things. Yeah, I want Musiala. Like if you just signed him, I'm good. Like I don't really care about the rest of the other players. I'll play Nunes up top if it means Musiala will come into the team. I'm good. You get what I'm trying to say? Because I know how sick he is, and he showed a little bit of that yesterday in the Champions League. But it's trying to temper. Okay. But then again, I think we've mentioned a little bit before about really, I'm looking at all of these guys. We know it's going to be like Somerville and I don't know, like someone. And that's not to diss Somerville because he is calm.
Like he was.
I know. I'm not
going to be Somerville.
Yeah, like Somerville's calm. But look at the names that we brought up. Isak, we brought up Olise. Nico Williams is like, I'd say maybe just a little bit better than Somerville, not by much, but just a little bit better than him in terms of what he can do. And when he's dropped into the Spain team as well, when I seen him in there, again, one thing I noticed about that when he was in that Spain team, especially during the World Cup, right? They just seem to trust him though. Like it didn't seem like when I'm obviously, I know bare people start moaning, oh, Spain doing too many passes, blah blah. Yeah, when he's not on the pitch because he's the dribbler in that period of time before. Obviously, this is before Yamal obviously come into the team. But Spain are going to have a sick wingers, Nico Williams and Yamal, and they're both young. Like, do you know how crazy that is for Spain? Like, it's actually mad. It's actually mad. But yeah, big up promo. Yeah, I'll get into that come the end. Let's move on to the next one up. I'm going to save that one. We'll go to the one that I know a lot of people do like. I like him too. Yeah, I mean, fellow countrymen and that. Kudus. Now, honestly, I think I already put it up there in the chat about the release clause. Big up Marianne in the building. Yeah, he put up about the release clause being like 85 million, of course, next season. I actually thought it was this season, but if it's next season, fair enough. Chat to me about Kudus, though, man. Just in terms of the player, from every scene we saw him play against us for Ajax, actually, and up until now.
Do you know what the audition was for me when we played West Ham? And he just, I know, we just bullied him, bro, until in the second half when he had to swap sides. And then he started playing, started just cooking up, you know, the right-hand side and getting the ball in the box. He looks dangerous. I don't know, man. There's something about him that I like. But at the same time, I'm like, what would you bring to our team? And I know he's a good player, but I just don't know what he actually brings. Like, what does he actually bring to your team, or what does he actually bring when he's on the football pitch?
I look at him like a Thomas Muller, space invader.
Okay.
I feel like he's that type of player. So he can operate in pockets of spaces. Forget even, I know I'm showing you guys here about the positions he plays. That's just a versatility to his game, and being at Ajax, they do that anyway. but obviously at West Ham as well, as Ed said, he's moved over sides and things like that. Forget even that part. For me, it's that space invading that I think he's really good at. He is a ball carrier. He is someone who is calm with the dribbling on that. And this is more, I'm looking at him more as a right winger. So as an option on that, again, we know the choice really for, I guess, for me and you, go and get Olise, right? But if you don't get that type of winger, he's not a, would I say, out and out winger, though. He is almost like a way, in my opinion, a better version of a Harvey Elliott in terms of, I just think like finishing ability will be better. Dribbling ability will be better. Again, space invader. I don't know why I keep using that term, but that's how I see Thomas Muller. He's just that type of guy. Like, he can operate in any kind of space in that forward area or in that quadrant, shall we say, on the right-hand side. And you're just like, you can't even sometimes pick him up. And he's so dangerous from outside the box. You don't want to leave those kind of players behind. But guess what? If someone has to come out to him, guess who's got space? The striker or the other players in and around him, so he can create that for the team. So that's what I like most anyway, obviously, other than, you know, being a decent player. But yeah, that's what I see from him. That's what I see from him. But he's another one. He's another one. KLC saying his versatility across the front. Yeah, like that's just an added thing.
That's an added bonus.
Yeah, but that wasn't even something that I really even cared about. For me, it's just what he can do in those forward areas. And obviously, we don't really know. We think, 4-2-3-1. And if we're going to actually play with a 10, which we still don't even know if we will do, we might just revert to a 4-3-3, for example. Or a bit like Arsenal, Ødegaard is the 10, so he's the 8/10. We might do it like that, not just an actual 10, so to speak. If we do stuff like that, then I think he can fit that role calm. And I would much prefer to see him on the ball, in my opinion, than Zobo in that kind of area. Because I feel like Zobo, for me, I'm starting to think, that Zoboszlai, I feel like this brother got to start playing wing or something, you know? Like, he needs just that type of space to be able to kind of do his thing, as opposed to playing in such a small area. I don't think Zobo's a small area guy. He's I need more yardage to run, because he can run. He can run for days, it seems like, anyway. And I feel like you'll get more opportunities to do that than trying to operate in this kind of half space here. And all he's really there to do is just pop the ball off every now and again. I'm just like, I don't really. That's savage. I don't really think that, to be fair. So, but again, just an option.
Does he massively improve the team, in your opinion, if he joins Liverpool?
No. He doesn't improve the team like Olise does. I'll tell you that much. He doesn't do it that much.
But that's what I wanted to, like, because that's the type of player I think we need now. The ones that's going to shift it slightly.
No, I agree. No, I agree still. I think what's up? Oh, I think with someone like a Kudus, he just gets added to the bunch. So he's another one of the players. He isn't the needle pusher, so to speak. The needle pusher for me in all of this so far is Isak and Olise. Those are the two players that you say, that takes Liverpool, in my opinion, to that next level where you get a striker in, for example, like Isak. Now, all those chances that you're creating for whoever, you're creating it for him now, and you're more confident he scores. Olise, you're going to be creating the goals for someone like, an Isak. So, yeah, I fully hear it, but he's just another option, in there. And we'll move on to the last one. What's that? None of the top dons want him. Kudus going to end up at Spurs. I mean, it's a bit harsh. It's a bit harsh. But fair.
African love. You man rate him high because he's African. 100%.
No, not at all. Because I don't rate Africans like that anyway. So
I feel like there's a bit of bias in there. You started off saying my fellow countrymen, so
okay, but he is my fellow countryman. So I was just reiterating that fact. That's all. Just stating a fact. That's all I was doing.
No problem. Saying how I feel, man. That's all it is.
Mohamed Abora is the most interesting of all the forwards. Liverpool linked to 18 goals very quick. The Algerian is exciting. Also gives us problems. He gave us problems in the Europa League playing for USG. I hear it. For me, Chiesa is a needle pusher. He is, but I can't have him at the club, man. I think with him, see that mentality for injuries. Yeah, you've already passed that, man. Like you're at that stage now where I'm like, I think Steve, I spoke about this with you. Yeah, go to like a Roma, go play with Dybala and that. See, Dybala's now playing ball for Roma. Like that's the kind of career that you're gonna have, and it's not a bad career. It's just Roma and these other clubs. Like there's a massive difference between the two. Jollof rice tax. Yeah, see now you man are just.
It's true though.
You're just being silly now. You're just being silly. All right, the last one I'm going to go with is a striker. Found out yesterday he also has a release clause. A lot of clubs are putting flipping release clauses on these players because they're smart. They know that people are going to want to come in for these guys. So why not get guaranteed money now and then worry about the semantics later? Striker I followed for years since he was at Salzburg. Benjamin Sesko.
Baller, man.
Now, I look at him. If you cannot get if you can't get an Isak, I would be looking at someone like him. When I look at him, I feel like all I see is an all-round striker. Hold up play, perfect at that. Bring others into play, good at all of that. Can he run in behind? Yes. Can he finish? Yes. 100%. Is he a threat in the box? 1,000,000%. Just because of his build alone. But he isn't just a tool for nothing kind of guy. He ain't like a Gakpo where it's just like, bro, you're tall and you're not doing anything.
Oh, gee.
Sorry. You know what? Sorry.
For us, bro.
Sorry. No. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Apologies. But I still stand by what I said.
Good for nothing. You're tall. Is that what we're doing now?
Yeah, but you're just tall. Like, you know, you're just tall. Like you should be playing NBA, but these times, I don't know. But no.
The guy that's been in form is the one you want to throw under the bus now. All right, cool. Sorry, I interrupted.
Bias over here, man.
Sorry, I interrupted.
So this season, 16 goals in 40 games. Now, what's interesting about his season is that what I found out about his release clause is that his release clause changes throughout the season based on appearances and goals that he has got. So a lot of you will probably say, and remember, I haven't looked at the chat yet, but a lot of you will probably sit here and say, but yeah, this season has been, you see the second half of this season. Yeah, he's been the player that I thought they were going to sign. They weren't really popping off with him from the beginning, though. I don't know, just because tactically, the way that RB Leipzig were playing at the beginning of the season, like it just did not suit him at all. And even I kept thinking like, I don't want this move to just turn out bad for you, like, because you're actually at Salzburg. You were cold, like you were so cold that I just assumed you would just continue. Obviously we all know football don't really work like that. Like there needs to be a give and take from both sides of things. Second half of the season, yeah, in my opinion, he's been absolutely fantastic in that sense. Like for someone of his age and stuff like that. But yeah, his release clause changes. I feel like now it's on 65 million euros, but it started out less than that. But then when he started getting more appearances and then started to get more goals, then it starts to go up, and it reaches. There's a limit, I think. Obviously, when it reaches that limit, I think the most it can be is like 75 million euros. So this is what I'm saying, is that if he continues scoring goals, I think they said he's got another 2 games or whatever it is in the Bundesliga. If he if he scores a certain amount of goals in that time, it will go up. I was like, yeah, because they're smart. They know that even if you only keep him for 1 season, look how much money we'll make or profit just on this guy. And they're not really silly. And RB Leipzig, the whole Red Bull model is a bit mad. Is a bit mad. Like I said, shooting ability, all their clearances. I found, again, like I said, he's a threat in both boxes. Like, it's just weird that I see that he's actually ranked really highly for the clearances side of things, even the tackles and the interceptions. This is a striker, by the way. Like, this ain't like just a random guy. This is a striker. So again, defensively, would he be able to give us what we potentially need in those forward areas? Again, I don't know what Slot is going to ask from his striker. Like, from his number 9, is he asking him to just run around? Then maybe you want a different type of striker. Maybe Isak work technically in that, because we know Isak isn't, run around and press this guy. No, Isak's like Haaland. They're just like, let me just stay here. If I stay in between the post here, I'm good, because these are the areas that the ball's going to come to. If that's what Slot wants, I don't really know. Steve saying, I love Sesko, but to be honest, he should stay another season at RB. I kind of agree, but he is a striker that if you do get him, I would be like, let's put it this way. You see the hype that the people had around Højlund when he was at Atalanta and he was doing whatever he was doing at Atalanta, and then obviously Manchester United signed him. For me, he's a better striker than Højlund, in my personal opinion. And he's been around, and he's not even old. He's like 20, 21 kind of thing. So, yeah, I think he's the type of striker that I'm looking for. But again, this is after we're talking about you don't get the Isaks, you don't get the Olises. Man, got to start looking at other options, because I don't want to put my own self and also the fan base as well to try and open up our eyes to there are actually different players. Now, we don't know the data that they're using. I have no idea. I don't know what they're looking for. I know they're doing the FM thing where, when you're looking for a player, you're like, I need his crossing ability to be on 15 and I need his passing ability to be on 14, for example. I don't know what they're looking for in a player. Heck, they might say, I need his work rate to be 19. I have no idea, kind of thing. So this is just more what I would like to see. But it's difficult because I've not seen what Slot team even plays like. You get what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, man. But what do you think in terms of someone like him as like a secondary option? Like I say, not number 1 option, but like a secondary option to like
the only issue that you have now is I think we're in a position where you're either, obviously, if he comes in, he's going to be the striker, one of the strikers. We already played Darwin Núñez there. So I feel like the way we are now, in terms of how we don't trust Darwin at the moment, you're going to need to sign someone that can't come in as a second. They have to come in and be the main.
Yeah.
And can he come in and be the main? I don't think so. I feel like he's going to be in a similar boat as Darwin Núñez, where you're going to have to give him a couple of seasons and then maybe he starts showing you what he's about. I feel like now, if we're going to make a move for a striker, I think there's 2 ways. You can either have a conversation with Slot and go, I'm going to stay, he owed my number 1 Darwin, and I need you to improve and I need you to do this and this. Or I go out there and get someone that I know for a fact will score goals. And that's where the Isaks that will come in, that's an improvement. He'll score you the goals. Even Vlahovic, he's a cold finisher as well.
Yeah.
And Osimhen, if that's another, the ones that's going to come in and they're going to definitely score you some goals. And the trouble is, if you get a player like him, Sesko, it's going to be, I don't know, are you going to have to give him the same time period you gave to Darwin? And that's the type of player I think he is. You're going to still have to give him time to adjust to the Prem. Is he a finisher? Yeah, sure, he can score goals. But we've seen people that's been able to score goals in other leagues come here and can't score as many, can't score as many goals as they were before. Because the league is a bit more difficult than the other ones in some aspect. But yeah, I think we're going to have to sign a better striker if we want to challenge for the top title. If you're thinking to get him in, you might as well just keep Darwin.
I hear.
Because in my opinion, they're pretty much, you're going to get the same output. You're going to get 12, 13 goals. If you want to win the Premier League and all that, you might need 20, 30 goals. So yeah, where's he on
Nah,
12 goals
man.
this season?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw on the thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
12 goals. So
Yeah, 12 goals. So
you're
yeah,
saying
no,
that's probably what Darwin's on in the league. Where's he on 11? So it's
it's the same.
yeah, do you know what I mean? He's not gonna shift, and I'm not saying he can't come in and just absolutely tear the Premier League apart and different level, but yeah, there's no. And I rated him before, man, but I feel like he's just been there for too long. He's been there for too long now. There was a time when we were linked with him. Chelsea was linked with him. Arsenal was linked with him. I even saw Madrid on the list of teams that could have wanted him as well, but he opted to obviously stay. But you know, sometimes you can overstay your welcome, and I feel like that's what he's kind of done. I feel like he needed to kind of move to another big club to then see the progression from him. But yeah, I feel like we need more than just him. If
you got,
do you know what I
you
mean?
can't
If
be
we
the
want
one
to
that you signed
serious,
and say,
if we want to be serious, bro, like. What's the difference between him and Darwin this season? Like, he scored one more goal in the league.
no. Listen,
Do you know what I'm saying? There's no.
No.
Like, you showed me Isak 20 goals. I'm like, all right, say less, bro. You know what I mean? You're showing me guys that will come in and score you those numbers, bro. But yeah, I don't need another one of them strikers. You might as well just keep Darwin. That's
you
my
might. No, listen, I'm not even gonna disagree with that, so to speak. I think it's such a tricky market, though, isn't it? Like you mentioned Osimhen, you know, you mentioned Isak, and I remember the other person that you mentioned, Vlahovic. I don't know Osimhen. I don't know what that fee even looks like. I don't even know what Napoli would be asking for. It's funny. I was just about to mention Gyökeres. I don't know with him, man. I'm always like, you see me, yeah. Like this one season stuff. I don't trust it no more. I don't know. Like some people they've lost my faith in just trusting someone after one season. Obviously in this scenario, I would go with Gyökeres purely based on the fact that he scored like this amount of goals this season. But long term, I would go with Sesko because I think Sesko will end up to be a better player than Gyökeres anyway, provided he makes the right moves, obviously in football. But it's tricky, man. It's tricky because we're saying Isak. I don't know what that fee even looks like. Olise, I don't know what that fee even looks like. But we both know, ends. We'll sign Somerville and just someone else. So it's like, and I get it from a data point of view. Maybe this person does fit whatever it is that we're trying to do. But then a part of me also looks at it and think, sometimes I feel like you're always trying to cut corners some way. Like you could just go out and get the guy who's going to win you the league, or obviously there's no guarantee, but put you in a better place to win the Premier League. Let me just say that, because you never know really, innit? And then once you do that, you can still have your other signings who are like, yeah, this guy's calm or that guy's calm. And I don't know, like how you think.
Yeah, no, you're right, man. I think it's just us as a club, innit? We've always kind of been that way, to be fair. Like, say always. There's times when we've gone out there and got the odd play, like, oh, cool. But we've never been that team that always goes, you know what, I'm gonna go and get this guy. Like you're looking around now and you're like, right, our issue at the moment, the fan base should say, our issue at the moment, we don't like what Nunes is doing. He's missing too many chances. If this was a Man City, a Chelsea, even a Man United, you know for a fact they're going out there and buying a player. Whoever is scoring the most goals in the following season, they're going to buy that player.
Yeah, facts.
We're not going to do that. We've never been that type of team to go and do that. The only time I've ever seen us go somewhat like that was when Andy Carroll, and I know people obviously don't rate him now, but at the time, he was the big thing in the Premier League. He was just scoring goals for fun against the big clubs. And Liverpool was like, we want him, bring him in. Obviously, he didn't work out in the end. But that was the only time I thought, oh, okay. While I'll see Man United wanted him, all the other teams wanted him. It was like, no, we're going to go and pay the money. And that's why it was our record fee at the time. We just went and got him. You got Isak in the league that people are, ranting and raving about. You're like, Darwin ain't scoring. He's not doing what you want him to do, but we know Isak can. Newcastle, here's 80 million. We would like Isak's services at Liverpool Football Club. but we won't do that. Olise, we know is there, and you're like, we need someone that's young profile, exciting to watch, can step in for Mo, and there's no real massive drop off in terms of performance. Obviously, Mo's goals is crazy, but in terms of performance, that won't drop off. Here's 60 million Crystal Palace. We would like Olise services. We've never been that team, bro, to do that.
But okay, cool. Okay. So we'll use that as an example. You just said 80 and 60 was like 140, right? I don't feel like 140 should be like, okay, you can even still sell one player and for like 40 mil, and you've only spent 100 mil on two better players.
Okay. How much did we spend this summer? Roughly. Was it 200 and something, you'd say?
No,
70 for Sobo, 17. I can't even remember how much we paid for all these players.
No, maybe 65, because that was the release clause, 65. McAllister 35, that's 100.
Yeah.
Gravenberch
Another
35.
30. Yeah, 130. And then Wataru.
So less than
17.
150. Yeah.
So we bought 4 players for 150, and you're telling me we'll go and spend 140 on 2. Nah,
okay. You know
what I'm trying to say, bro?
No. I agree with you. I do not see that either. But what I'm saying is, you see the 2 players that you're signing, though. You ain't signing no dibby dabby kind of, like, you're not signing guys. Obviously, everyone has to acclimatize to their team. Even Haaland has to acclimatize to Manchester City, right? And you saw that through the development of him at Manchester City. But no matter how much acclimatizing he's got to do, you're going to get like that improvement in your team anyway. Like, you're going to see like an improvement. Like, the guy scored 50 odd goals. Obviously, I'm just using him as a wild example, but there's been other examples of players like that where you're just like, rah. So this guy came in and we just look infinitely better. Yeah, we obviously he still needs to pattern up this or fair enough, but we look infinitely better. And I think, let's put it this way, I will let as if I'm his keeper. I wouldn't mind Salah leaving if you said to me, Elise is coming in straight away. I say I could come. I'm good. I'm so good with that. I will take that every single day of the week, because I know that Elise, bro, we saw the defensive stats there. Like I said, this isn't a guy who's just all about going forward. This is also a guy who can come back as well and help out in the defensive phases. I don't know how important that's going to be for Slot, but I'm assuming it's going to be somewhat important. So if you are going to let someone like Mo go, why not have Elise? Right age, right kind of profile. Seems like a quiet kind of guy. So unless he's got demons in his closet or something, he seems like off the field, everything is calm. On top of that, what it then allows is for someone like a Ben Doak to also, when he comes back from, I don't know if he's back from his injury or anything like that just yet, but preseason, I'm sure he'll be available for that. Now he can have another go, if he doesn't go out on loan, of course, but he can also battle with an Elise. And when I say battle, I mean more of a, every now and again, you can just try him a bit. Whereas with Mo there, I feel like, I know it happened in the Chelsea game, but outside of that, if Bendo didn't get injured, I don't even think he would have had too many minutes. Maybe, obviously, now because we know hindsight.
Do you know what? He might have, though, G, because we saw against Chelsea, bro. He came on, trusted him in the first game of the season.
No, I know. But then he didn't really trust him after that, though. That was it.
No, but he did get the Europa League there. And I think, obviously, if he didn't pick up the knee injury, he'd have probably got more minutes. Same as Stanley, because he was one of the other ones as well. I felt like they would have been given more opportunities this season. But nah, bro, we've never been that team. You like Man United, bro. Like, they used to just wait and see who's in the league that has a player that's causing problems. All right, we'll take this guy. Like, if Liverpool wanted to really do it, we don't need to go outside the league to buy players.
Yeah.
We mentioned Paulina, you could get him, or Paina, whatever way you want to pronounce his name. You could get him off of Fulham, put him in your DM. Sorted. Isak, put him as your striker, sorted. Olise, put him as your winger, sorted. All of these men know how the Premier League work, and not only that, you've now made their team weaker. So when you go and play against them, you know that's one less player to worry about. They have to then go and replace an Olise. We saw how Palace played against us when he was half fit. He only just came back the week before, and he was moving. So you saw that. You saw when we played against Fulham, because we played him so many times this season. you saw this man in the midfield, how many tackles he was winning against us, bro. And he was just waiting behind players and then popping out like the boogeyman and winning tackles. So, and then you've got, Isak. You saw, bro, he only needs a couple of chances, bro, and the ball's in the back of the net. That's it. So, yeah, man, we don't need to go and shop outside of it, but Liverpool ain't going to go and spend 80 on, even though we did it with Darwin, but we paid it in installments. We ain't going to go and do, 60 million on you, 70 million on you, 80 million on you, 70 million on. We're not going to go and do all of that madness, bro. We're going to go 35. Our little gap is that little 35 to 40 million, and we'll run that on 4 man. 40 million for you. That, because we know if we get Somerville, he'll cost like 40 mil, you'd say.
Just because of the little, that's really the high end of things. Like.
Yeah. 37, the little 35 to 40 million. Little 37 mark is always a nice little one for us. Somerville, 37 million. All right, that's you. And then I don't know who else out there that I can think of will go and get. But it's always going to be that guy that you've heard of him before, but you never rated him or you never thought about him enough. And then we'll go and buy him for 40 million. And then we'll wait a couple of seasons to see how good he gets.
You see Liverpool, bro.
Sorry, bro.
No. It's just like you may be a bit depressed there. Big up Gagging Deep for the super chat, my bro. Much love and appreciation. Issue with LFC under Jurgen Klopp. We never supplemented the squad with quality young players to seamlessly transition into the first team. When first team is dropped off. If we did this, it would sustain success. 100%, Gagging Deep, bro. Like that's always been my issue with Liverpool is that. It's all well and good getting Somerville as an example, but then now you're in a catch-22. Well, maybe not for Liverpool, but for fans anyway, with the way that everyone wanted Salah to leave. Salah can't go now. He definitely can't go. Like you can't have Somerville being your main guy. No way. That's a myth. That is 100% myth. Like he has to stay by any means necessary now, just because he's not had period. Like, and that's not to say he will not get better. It's just he's only come in my opinion, and Enz kind of alluded to it there when we talk about Sesko, you're getting in Somerville. I'm like, does he make the squad any better than what we have now? Would you have just not preferred to just make Ben Doak the guy that you're going to make Somerville? In my opinion, I'd rather just do that. I don't feel like there's such a massive level between the two anyway. Like I like him. I think Somerville's decent, but is he that good? Like, is it that deep? Like, go and spend 40 million on him? I don't think so. I feel like not really. Like I would just bend out. I'm good with that. Like he's not as good as Somerville, of course, but he's not that far off in my personal opinion. So I would just rather you just keep that, and then if you are going to spend the money elsewhere, then if that's going to be, the case. So yeah, this has always been an issue, man. It's always been an issue, but much love and appreciation for the super chat. We're going to close out here in the next 6 minutes, so 5 minutes actually. So I'll go through the last few bits and then we will head out of here. Oh yes, I saw this. Sorry, yeah. Nominees for the Premier League Man of the Season have been revealed. Go on, who are they? I'm still annoyed about Musa Laskowski development. Listen, I will laugh if under a new manager he just comes into the fold and he's
same. So, do you know when you saw it, bro? When you saw how good this guy is, you're like, nah. And then even when he came on, when did we put him on? We put him on in a game, didn't we? Was it Europa League game?
If not that, it was against Norwich. I feel like it was against Norwich in the FA Cup or Southampton, one of the two.
He came on for like 10 maybe, and he just kept it simple. And I'm like, nah, man, this ain't the Donny that I know, bro. Not the dribbling Messi that I know. Yeah, I know, man. If things are right, man, and him and Klopp and him, had a little argument, and obviously his parents and that, then yeah, that's probably why we haven't seen man in the team. But I never thought, like, if you're good enough, man, and you're willing to, like, say, look, give me the opportunity to prove that I'm good enough. I mean, you just give him the opportunity, give him the rope, man. And if he's not good enough, he'll hang himself with the rope, won't he? No, but he was good enough, and I think he would have made us better. He's another one. Ryan Kent was another one I never wanted to leave Liverpool.
For me, it was Harry Wilson. I can't lie between
No,
the two.
Harry Wilson was, but Ryan Kent, bro, both footed, bro. Man, pissed me off that he left.
No, it's just...
Never got to really see him really get, you know what I mean?
Respect, like, I must have got to tell my little bro, you slagged him off and said, he's hey, look, I don't want no beef, you know. I don't want the club coming back to me and start saying, yo, like, these guys on YouTube have been saying, hey, man, as long as you tell him it was a joke, then yeah, man. But listen, man, tell Scanlon, tune in, man. But he's a baller, man. He's a baller. Yeah. Tell him he's welcome here any given time, man. And big up to yourself. Yeah, guys, we'll go through the last VVD is up for the Premier League Player of the Season award. So what was that award that Phil Foden won? Oh, PFA?
Is it sometimes you get the fans one as well, don't you? And you get the players one, you get the fans one, the players one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Big up, bro. Big up. Okay, so maybe this one is the players one?
It should be if it's the Premier League Player of the Season.
So then what was that other one's called then?
PFA. I can't remember, bro.
Okay, like I thought they were both
like, Aaron said the football writers one.
Football writers. Okay. Brother, I feel like we just have better. Like, why do we need two different ones? I don't even understand. Like, just have your one.
I think you do though, innit? Because then the fans kind of vote, the players vote.
Oh, so why are they not doing this for Ballon d'Or then? Let the fans vote for the Ballon d'Or and that. Like,
no, they can't do that, man. If they voted for that, bro, it'd be all over the place.
Yeah, it would.
You know, man, them will be. But I think you're right. It should be that way. But imagine, man, just when sometimes you see a mad goal, all my days, he's the best player in the world. I'm casting my vote on that day because of this particular goal.
And people would just start trolling as well. Like,
no, I would troll as well, bro. I'll give it to a random vote. If I sat there and I knew my vote would sway the decision, I would give it to the random Duddy just for some bands, man. Yeah, man.
Bands, bro. Promo asking thoughts on Eze. Personally, I take him over Elliott and Jones. Just the injury concerns. I'm all for Kudus and Williams. What do you think of my man Eze? We spoke about him yesterday, to be fair.
Yeah, we spoke about he's one of the players we would take as well, but it's about where would he play for us, isn't it? Yeah. That's just the only thing. Because it's all well and good like stacking your teams with players, but they have to play.
Exactly. We can't have bare players and bare youngsters, and then the experience is too much, man. So like it will, I think it will start to destabilize some of the harmony that you do have in the squad anyway, kind of thing. Would you guys take Watkins or Tony? Okay, yeah. Which one would you take?
Watkins.
Yeah. Okay, fairs.
But I love them both. But I didn't. As a
Watkins,
player,
I think they're more range. I feel you on that.
Didn't like him at first though, but yeah, it's right nice.
You know what's mad? I never liked him either, but people act like I was crazy for saying that. I was like, I mean, he was okay. Like, I feel like he was.
No, but there was a reason why, innit? Mine was more of a personal reason.
Oh, okay. Oh, no.
Yeah,
okay. Well, I like to judge my football players on just football talents ends. I don't take it personal. You know,
it's the conversation we had, innit? That's why.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
You must.
But now he's cool. He's a baller.
I'll leave that one there. Kai. What about Santiago Jimenez from Feyenoord? He was on my list.
I like him, bro.
You like him?
Yeah, I did that whole fan thing. When you go, let me go and see the hype. So I went and watched a couple of videos. I made my assessment off the videos. I can't even lie.
No, but it's all we have to go on, isn't it? Like,
bro, and I like. Do you know what? I like my left-footed players, man.
Come on, bro.
This man is just finishing chances after chances.
I like to think that. I hope that's not the reason. Big up Savage in the building every time.
No, that's not the reason, Savage. You know the reason.
We'll leave that one. Liverpool still keen on Frankfurt defender William Patro. Yeah, Michael Talks will be happy. However, there's been no contact between the clubs at this stage. We'll get to the last couple questions. We got LFC Aaron. Do we give Carvalho a chance next season? What you saying?
Yeah, of course. Told you, clean slate for everyone, bro. Everything must go.
You think everybody gets a clean slate, or there are not some players that like it's like, nah, he just knows you're not going to be in the plan.
I didn't like how you just used it as everyone. I'm not saying, everyone in terms of like, I don't know, Owen Beck comes back and we give him a shot at left back. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the ones that you feel that's performed to a level, the Tyler Mortons, the obviously Carvalho, he's doing bits. You give him an opportunity, bro. I saw it. Give him an opportunity.
I hear it. No, fairs. RJ saying, are we all in agreement? We want to see Klopp go to Real Madrid to see if he's to blame or FSG. That would be hilarious. If he went to Real Madrid and stunk it up, that would actually make me bust out.
I don't think you can even stink it at Real Madrid, bro.
Are you sure? Because I've seen a couple of them Real Madrid Rafa Benitez managers, you know. I've seen
that. Yeah, I know the filling the gap fillers and that, bro. Nah,
yeah,
like but I mean, like the managers that I don't think you can.
No, I don't see it, but listen, my agenda will run for the rest of the time. Question: why isn't Elliott in the nomination for the Young Player of the Year, but they picked Maino?
Agendas, bro. Plus, Maino's played more games starting wise.
Yeah, that's probably it.
But agendas as well, man. We know Harvey's been doing well this season. But you see, as soon as the man jumps in the midfield, oh my days, blah blah. Yeah, that's Man United. He plays for Man United, bro. What do you expect?
It's funny because now I don't even see Maino.
Exactly.
I think he's a good player, by the way. Like, I don't even think like he's even dead. It's just funny that I don't even see him at all. Promo's asking thoughts on the list of Premier League Player of the Season. Arsenal fans upset VVD picked over Gabriel and Saliba. Say where they weren't even
been better, bro. What's wrong? Like, guys,
I haven't seen it. Let me see the list because I haven't actually seen this list.
No, but it's not. So none of them two got in there.
That's what I'm doing. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Obviously, them man, they got eyes in it. Whoever picked the list, you guys got eyes. I can hear it. But no, if I had to pick one of them, Gabriel should have been in there. No,
100%. That's why I was baffled. That's why I was like, oh, okay.
The disrespect, bro. That's mad.
Oh, but Gabriel, Saliba got picked for the Young Player of the Season, though.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe
rate him enough to be in the big guns category. And you know he's not winning that the young guns category.
No. Okay, so the nominees for the player of the season: Foden, Haaland, Isak, Ødegaard, Palmer, Declan Rice, Ollie Watkins, and Virgil van Dijk.
They're gonna give it to one of the Duns that scored goals, bruv. Bro, you know that's what they're gonna do, bro. They're gonna give it to the Donny with the goals, bro. You know, man, them ain't gonna just like goals aside. Let me just look at performances. Man's gonna be looking at nah.
I would give it to Rodri. Yeah, no Rodri.
No, because they had to put Declan Rice in there. That's because they had to put Declan Rice in there, bro. That's why, bro. They ain't gonna have him in there.
No. Because I would have said Rodri's performed better than Haaland this season.
Rodri's performed better than most of the players on that list this season.
Yeah, that's a bit big. That's a bit big. I didn't even clock that. Like, no Rodri at all, you know. That's kind of mad. That means I know for a fact it's gonna be one of the forward players.
Bro, I told you, it's gonna be the goal scorer. It'll be Foden, bro.
You'll be Foden, yeah. I think
it'll be Foden.
It'll be Foden. And then Young Player of the Season: Foden, Haaland, Isak. What? Like, I even find that joke that they're all nominated for both the awards. Mainu, Palmer, Saka, Saliba, Udogie. They're gonna give it to.
Read those names again, sorry, bro.
Foden, Haaland, Isak, Kobe Mainu, Cole
Foden's
Palmer.
Been the best out of all of them as well. So
yeah, Palmer, Saka, Saliba, Udogie. Yeah, I'll give that one.
They might give it to Palmer for the young one,
and then give Foden the player.
The player one.
Yeah. That would make sense. That would actually savage to say maybe Foden. I think they're gonna do what Enzo said though. I think because they're gonna give him the player one because he already won the PFA football writers one. So I reckon they give it to that, and then the young one will be Palmer still. You know what's mad? How we're saying it like we know already, when in reality you probably do know. That's mad. I told you.
Yeah, come on, they already know who they want to give it to already, bro. But if you see Foden on the weekend cook up Fulham, yeah, just know he's, you know what I mean. But yeah, I think Palmer should get no matter he scored 11 penalties or 12 of them, but no matter what, bro, this man scored better goals this season, so they're gonna give it to him.
There you go. It's
They'll
almost
give
like
him the young one.
they kind of have to in their position they're in. Question: Vinny or Mbappe?
Both.
Nope. Which one are you picking?
Both.
No. Which one are you picking, bro? There's no sitting on. Which one are you
Mbappe.
picking? Yes.
Both.
Vinny and Mbappe.
They're both cold ballers, man.
Yeah, I know, bro.
They're
You'd have to be on current
potentially
form. You'd go with Vinny, but
yeah, current form.
Mbappe. I don't know, bro. Like,
but they both won their leagues this season, isn't it? So
yeah, that's like, brother. Savage, I don't want to hear your. I mean, you're going Vinny regardless. Yeah, and you know what's man? I knew the next line that was coming out from him was gonna say, "One runs in straight lines and one is Brazilian." But he's been cold. He's been cold, man. He's been cold.
Yeah, Vinny turned up in the second half of that game, bro.
Yeah, because first half, yeah, he wasn't really about it. Like,
yeah, run
but
past.
then the second half,
run past him 3-4 times, and yeah, it's cold, isn't it? By the way, with no end product as well. By the way, just kept hitting defenders. But apparently, that's what it's all about. That's all I'm gonna say. When our players do that, though, they get cooked. Oh my days, you got in there and you didn't. But that's what he did, innit? I told you, man. Agendas are agending, man. He got past his fullback and hit the defender every time. Apart from one when Rodrigo got a little touch on one of them.
Oh yeah. It was annoying because it was like, bro, why do you keep skipping past them if you're not going to do anything? Doesn't really make no sense.
But Savage's boy, man. Sorry, Sav.
Yeah. And Junen's Palmer Olise. I mean Olise, bro.
Olise.
Yeah. That wasn't even a question. Silly question, guys. Come on. Last one, I'll do. Who is the goalkeeper of the season not named Alisson Becker?
I would actually give it to Arsenal's. It'd actually be decent.
Yeah. Trying to think of another goalkeeper, but yeah, David Raya.
It's been good, man.
He won the Golden Glove, to be fair.
Did he win it now?
Yeah, he's won it. Yeah, because no one else can pick it up now in the next 2 games. So they get release Mbappe from Hummel's pocket before you speak.
At least he didn't disagree with what I said, though, which is fine.
Yeah. Well, this is it. But to be fair, what he said there, I hear that. I fully hear that. To be honest, guys, we'll call it time there. Big up everybody inside. Love to Steve and Gagandeep for the super chats this morning / afternoon. As always, guys, man, much love and appreciation. You already know the ties and the vibes. As I said, guys, keeping it GTV, new channel on over there. Stay tuned. Keep your notification bells on. Video will be dropping soon. Before the end of the week, there will be a video dropping, maybe in the next couple of days, but by Sunday, the very latest, after I finish editing and stuff like that, that'll be dropped for you guys. So make sure you subscribe to that channel and chat to the people. What you got popping for the next couple of days,
bro? Everything is already scheduled up. I think the next video is Saturday, but I'm sure I'll fill the gap with something in between there. If you guys want to see my reaction to the Fallen State podcast, that's on the Day After podcast channel. I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, already subscribed to it. If you haven't, I don't, I might dislike you again, but that's fine. So yeah, that channel is obviously at the bottom in my featured channels on my actual channel. So make sure you go over there and subscribe to that one, man.
You said your vid is premiering now.
Yeah, it's only 21 minutes. So, it's there if you guys want to watch it. It's just my reaction to a 15-minute snippet of a podcast, a full podcast, but it's funny still.
Let's get the link right now so we can divert everybody on over there.
But in terms of on the main channel, I'm sure we'll come up with some stuff to talk about during the next couple of days, man. And see what's out there.
I feel you, bro. I feel you guys. You already know the vibes. You know the damn ties. Make sure, as I always bloody well keep saying, the guys' channels are all in there. Savages, Enzers, whoever, Steve in the chat. You know, everybody. Michael Talks. Big up to all you guys. Their content is always going to be up on the featured channel list. So make sure you guys, of course, just head on over there. You'll be able to check it out. And yeah, we'll literally take it from there. Why the hell can I not find it, bro?
That's right. I'll drop. I can drop the link, bro. Yeah, copy.
I can't even find you.
It's fine, bro. It's all right. No, probably don't even have your notification switched on.
You said it's live now, though. You had one that was to the fallen state. That's the video.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, no, I got it. You said it's live preferring. Oh, so it's finished now. Okay, I thought you meant it's live right now. Like he's just gone live now.
No. It's there.
Either way, he's put it in there. I've just put it in there. So
go and have a watch, man.
As Ian said, man, you guys go and have a watch. It's afternoon time now, people. So make sure you're chilled. Make sure you are relaxed. Today is, what day is it today? Thursday. Right, Thursday already. Say no more. All right, cool. That means tomorrow we've got the preview. I completely forgot. I'm out here thinking that today is only like Wednesday or something like that. So we still got time to worry about previews. But I'll be back tomorrow then with the preview for the game at the weekend. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Keep your notification bells on. Peace.